Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 battle. This is part of the tiny tourney hosted by Carvon on the Slytherin forums. 600-point armies with small maps. I have the Indian Hindu North Army in this tournament. This time around, my opponent has the dreaded Arab Conquest Army. So we're going to have to defend ourselves, and luckily it looks like we have good ground from which to do so. So the Arab Conquest Army has a decent light foot complement. Keep in mind this is 600 points, so it's kind of half of what you'd be seeing in a medium battle. So 4 light infantry, which, in a normal size battle would be 8. So a good complement. 2 massed archers, some impact Islami foot, standard medium foot. The scary part is a veteran Muslim spearman. It's a 54-point offensive spearman unit. They're superior. Very good value. We have similar cavalry arms, good cheap lancers for both of us. In addition, he gets some high quality lancers and some horse archers. So, for one thing, we will have our Indian archers up here, supported by some forest tribesmen. Next, I'll want elephants in the open ground fighting his lancers, and my own lancers to zone of control lock those spearmen, with infantry working behind and more archers to pour in arrows. We'll also want to make sure to hold this hill. For that, I think I will bring along still more lancers just to bounce offensive spear charges, and 2 more units of archers. So this army, like all Indian armies, is kind of a glass cannon. If we can hold it together, we can gain an advantage, but if we crack anywhere, we'll fall apart quickly. I hesitate to get more than the single unit of elephants because the offensive spears will perform pretty well against them, though these are cavalry killers. I think I should grab some superior Indian lancers. More archers. And what? More cavalry? Is that 2 cavalry heavy? Might be. Might want to grab still more archers. Ditch them. Bring the elephants. 18 points left. So what should I be doing? 54. Light jabs. Maybe. No. What an obnoxious number of points to have. Fine, ditch the elephants. We're going to think about this. Okay, here's what I settled on. We're going to anchor the line here and just let him have this if he wants it. We're going to try to push in the open with elephants, archers, and cavalry. If he defends, we can shoot. If he comes down to fight, the support troops can try to find a way to flank around. So, such as it is, that's the plan. It's a bit unbalanced as a command network, but that's okay. I don't really like it, but I just feel weird having this few troops no matter what, so we'll just go with it. Next turn. Alright, let's see what we can see. Is that it? I'm really not used to the 600 points, but I think that might be it. Let's count for a second. Yeah, it looks like a full 600, so I guess my army is pretty cheap, because he's got, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 non-light units. Got 13, and then 3 lights to 6 lights, to be fair. Well then, let's do our shift over. For cavalry, 3 lancers. It's quite the hill, considerable slope. The danger will be from the infantry, but there's only 4 units of it. For light horse, there's just 1 unit, although it is lancers, which makes it a little bit dangerous. But we should be able to get behind with our own light horse and be irritating. So, because he's got a smaller army, he's not going to be able to stretch to defend both of these hills. He's going to have to pick one. And then having picked one, that will make things a little difficult for us because we won't be able to easily exploit disruptions. But on the other hand, if we win the missile duel, he'll have to come down. So, should be an interesting puzzle. Next turn. Interesting. That is not either of the options I had thought possible. Alright. Yes. Alright, so where is he running to? This hill. I assume he saw the weakness of attempting to stand on either of these hills. But we will need to be cautious advancing in the face of his Lancer light horse. We also can't let our cavalry and elephants get too far ahead of their supporting archers. There we go. Next turn. Alright, I guess he's going to yield these to us. We'll want to be careful. I think I would like to send one elephant unit over to the right. keep one on the left. Yeah, we'll need something to counter all this cavalry after all. Next turn. Great, we've gained this hill. We can continue our push. Might end up getting shoved off here, but they'll be back, so it's not a huge deal. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's send our greetings. And that's everyone. Next turn. Yeah, well, they'll be back. It's not a huge deal. Okay, well we can fight unsupported skirmishers without great difficulty. Although it will mean using up our ammunition, which maybe is what he's doing, but that's alright. If it's a choice between wasting ammo on skirmishers and getting shot to death by skirmishers, I think I know what I choose. This hill can support 4 units of massed archers, and that's what I'm going to put on it. And in the meantime, we're secure here. Well, these archers could perhaps work around to this hill. Next turn. That's too bad, but unless he's willing to turn around and fight right now, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't seem like he is, really. So, with that in mind, here, give them a shove. And yeah, okay, cat. Oh my god, apparently he's starving to death or something. Alright, alright. Okay, see if I can get through this turn. Okay. And he's forcing me to waste a lot of arrows on his lights, which is a good call. I'm going to threaten a charge if he stays here to shoot, to get the stationary shooting bonus. He might get a frag, but then we'll break his lights, so hopefully we won't let that pay off too much for him. This I'm not really concerned about. About time. Okay. Is that good? I think that's good. Next turn. And skirmish continues. That's unfortunate. But again, unless he moves to take advantage of any disruptions, it doesn't really matter that much. Now that is more problematic. $168. So auto break this unit then. It's a waste of arrows, but it'll get the job done. Held firm. Right, in that case, frag this unit. Charge. Oh no! Bye guys. It's nice knowing you. Well, how unfortunate. If he charges here, we'll hit him in the flank. Don't really like this exposure, but it is what it is. We are unfortunately in range of that unit. We're getting a bit bunched up too. I don't like that. Good. It's a lot of arrows we're using for this skirmish, but committed to it now. So next turn they'll be out of the way. We'll either run or we'll auto break them. So we've just about won the missile duel, but his lancers are still behind us, light lancers that is. And more importantly, his heavies are untouched and we're running low on arrows. Turn and face for now. It looks okay in percentage, but our position is dangerous, I think. So Zanzibar is panicking a little bit. He says he's cringing in anticipation because he didn't plan against a horde of master archers. I think he's overreacting a little bit because the thing to keep in mind is, yes, I'm wrecking his skirmishers and missile troops, and he's destroying my cavalry, but I'm starting to run low on ammunition, so dealing with his non-lights is going to be rather difficult, and that's unhelpful as well. I'm probably going to have to waste arrows as well on shooting up this Bedouin light horse, which I really don't want to do. Good. Generaled up just in time. Okay, so we'll probably want to... Fortunately, to protect these masked archers from the Muslim lancers, I need to keep my elephants here. But I'm kind of alarmed by the Dailami foot that are approaching as well. So we'll consider that. In the meantime, let's see if we can't get a disrupt on the armored Muslim lancers. Oh. Right. Protect our archers from a charge from his above average Muslim lancers. Then what? I could attempt to save this unit, but I don't think there is any saving them. So I need to figure out... What I should probably do is general up on my Indian close fighters and zone of control lock, this veteran Dailami foot. Now that might sound like a bad idea, but this is a slope 100, so we can use it in order to get a lot more out of our cheap infantry. That would free up our elephants to either protect our archers from his cavalry or just charge straight ahead and attempt to break these masked Muslim archers. I'm going to consider that while I attempt to riddle these Muslim lancers with arrows. Denied. Can at least stop the Bedouin light horse from charging us right away. Bedouin foot. So, garbage, in other words. Yes, let's grab that commander and zone of control lock the Dailami. Now, if we're lucky... No. Alright, so we might be looking at a disruption for these elephants, but that's quite alright. Fall back. Break these light archers. And lose our lancers. And we will confront... Maybe not. That would allow his veterans to charge us downhill. We will not confront. We will shuffle right over here. Let's encourage the charge. And now we have to get ready for bad things to happen. Yeah, so this is when he can start getting his revenge with melee contact. Next turn. Held firm. Okay, yeah, that's the bad thing. That's an additional bad thing. We're getting squished. That's what we get for having a squishable army. Well, at least this is working out. Let's see. Well, let's not risk a double drop right away. This is annoying. I really wish that I had something to counter these Bedouin light horse with. Let's just slink past here. Can I frag one of these units? And is it worth it? It might be better to pin these veteran Muslim spears with an archer unit and then turn to threaten. But I suppose we should see if this unit even holds out first. It does. Very well. Pin them. Now we are running low on arrows, so we need to be a little bit more careful. Come on. Good. Do we break right away? No. Oof. Ugly. Next turn. Yeah, that could have gone better. I have no answer to the Bedouin light horse. I don't have lances on my own light horse. So I could either charge this unit and then flank it, or charge this unit and then charge the cavalry. Oh, if we break this unit, it would enable us to pursue into the cavalry. Hold out for a turn, please. Good. Block them in from charging for at least a turn. And in the meantime, come now. Well, that's a little better, but the veteran Muslim spearmen remain a problem. What we could do, here's what we can do. Now we put this unit under fire and threaten to flank attack the veteran Muslim spears no matter which way they turn. This is hopeless though. It's turning into an exciting battle. Well, it's not very exciting for this unit. They're just going to get massacred. So our hope is going to have to be to break this unit and pursue into the cavalry and not die too quickly here. We'll see. I don't know. I'm feeling not confident. Right then, next turn. That's going to be a slaughter. Oh, that is dangerous, so we need to pin them to prevent a rear charge on our archers. So no thank you to that. Come on. That's a problem. We need that unit to break. Alright. Good. How bad is this? Not completely horrible yet. Trying to decide if I should try to turn around and fire at these Bedouin Lancers to try to harass them, or just keep on these archers. Unfortunately, I don't think continuing to fire at the archers would make much difference. It'll get them to piss off for a little while at least. Okay. Next turn. To behold. No, double drop, too bad. If we'd held, we could have flanked. Oh, man, that's terrible. That's unlucky too. Gods are not with us this turn. He gets away with that. We're gonna need some serious luck to survive this, I think. Hold firm. This is looking real bad. I think Dan Zanzibar's got me here. I think I pushed too far ahead on too broad a front in the face of Lancer cavalry, and I am suffering for it. Next turn. That's a rally for his Rad cavalry. Very unfortunate. Because now they're going to charge into us. We can only hope that when our archers break, we can take some sort of advantage. Yeah, so as I've said in another match, these Indian armies, when they do well, but when they collapse, it's just catastrophic. Because you need a crust to protect these archers, and I have lost that. Damn. Out of charge range. Take the hit. Nothing else, we'll lose and they'll pursue off and be out of the way. That's what it's come down to. Next turn. Should start collapsing now, even though it's even at the moment. Case in point. Well, that's small consolation. Fragged. Withdraw and cover the withdrawal. what to do. Probably get away from the breaking range of this unit, unfortunately. Yep, run for it. Next turn, I think either this turn or the next will get wrapped up. Unless we start rallying, but I'm not feeling too hopeful about that. Could double drop here. Yep. Yeah, if we'd held for a turn, we would have been able to get a automatic drop. Ooh, that's nice, but we're still going to lose a bunch of units. Oh no. There's nothing we can do. Withdraw to the next hill, I suppose. Can we go anywhere? Kind of. We could run over here, which buys us a little bit of time, but not much. And unfortunately, I don't think we can hold out long enough to get our own Lancers over, because you can turn these units around. So instead, all we can really do is run to play for time, while we hopefully rally up elsewhere. I'm not going to move this unit. If I move it, he'll be able to move out of the zone of control lock and then charge me in the rear. If I stay here, there is a chance that I won't get broken, although most likely he'll charge the Bedouin Light Horse, which will evade, and then he'll hit them in the rear and they'll break anyway. But it's an attempt. Next turn, at least, I can charge these veteran Muslim spearmen and set up a flank attack, assuming there is a next turn. Next turn. Well, I bought myself a turn there, for whatever that's worth. It might be worth going for the disruption now, because we're not going to be able to keep that lock anyway. Ooh. We won't be able to get this flank either, but at this point, we might as well charge in. In theory, we could go for a draw, but I don't think we have a way to prevent the loss of 10%. I see a rally over there. Looks like it was one of his lights, maybe. Yep, could not prevent that any longer. Ugh. Good old end next turn then. Maybe this turn. $58. Next turn then, that'll be it. Next turn, another unit rallying there, or a rally in the same unit. Well, it's a bit late for that. Well, let's go for the flank charge. Almost auto broke them. Okay, and that's it for this turn. Right then, looks like we have reached the end. Yep, 64. Plus whatever happens here, which won't be good. No, 71. Another 75. Ouch, it's the most routed I've had in quite a while. So yeah, this is pretty much the risk you take playing an Indian army when your crust of hard units falls apart and you have to fight it in melee. You get shredded. Special shout out to these Bedouin light horse. I could not counter them with my own light horse because these are light javelin horse, so the impact was terrible. And so my archers were left exposed because it's very difficult to control where these go if you don't have your own effective light cavalry. And they caused total chaos for their very affordable price of, I think, 32 points, I want to say. So I would say these were battle winners here. In addition, the veteran Muslim spearmen are one of the most cost-effective units in the game. 54 points for superior protected offensive spearmen. And nothing I had could fight them in melee. The elephants can beat them in impact, but not in melee. So as I was unable to get effective flank attacks off due to the presence and skilled use of his cavalry, and a little bit of luck rallying, if I could say so, I had to fight head on, and that was not pretty. Still, I did have a hill to defend here, so the terrain wasn't terrible by any means, but skilled use of light horse, one of the most cost-effective, if not the most cost-effective heavy infantry in the game, and skilled use of non-light horse sealed the deal. So, well done to Dan Zanzibar. I believe this is my first defeat so far in the Little Wars tourney. May it be the last. A good game, and till next time.